So I'm going to take our first friend out, and I'm going to stand up here. I'm going to talk about him, and you guys will have time to ask questions as well. But remember, nice and quiet, nice and still, and when it's time to ask questions, I'll let you know. So you can keep all your hands down for now. Sounds like a plan? Everyone gives me a thumbs up if they think this is a good plan. All right. So I'm going to put a glove on, and I don't want anyone to worry. The birds are not going to fly, well, I don't want anyone to be sad either, but the birds are not going to fly around the room. I'm going to hold them the whole time. They're going to sit right on my arm. They might flap their wings or make some noises, but don't worry, I'm going to be holding them the whole time. Being a little dramatic. Okay, good job guys. Thank you for being so quiet. This is our first bird of prey. Now, there are a lot of things that make up a bird of prey, but there's 4 very distinct things and 1 really important thing. So bird of preys have 4 things. They have really good eyesight, they have excellent hearing, they have sharp talons, and then the number 1 most important thing, and that's also the 5th thing, is that they catch their food with their feet. So no other type of bird catches food with their feet. Only raptors or birds of prey. So think eagles and sometimes we're a little dramatic. Think eagles and hawks and falcons and owls. Those are all birds of prey, and they catch their food with their feet. So this is a hawk. This is a broad-winged hawk. And broad-winged hawks are a little bit smaller than red-tailed hawks. Red-tailed hawks are about twice or 3 times her size, actually, if you can picture something a lot bigger. But she is a native to Massachusetts. So these kind of birds do live here in Massachusetts. One of the ways that you can tell that she's a broad-winged hawk, and one of the ways that you might be able to tell if it's a broad-winged hawk that's flying over you, is because these guys have striped tails. Now, her tail feathers are a little messy. I'm sorry, did you not want to face that way? Because they're a little bit messy because she's molting. But all broad-winged hawks have this very distinct striped tail. So if you ever see a hawk flying over and you see a striped tail, it might be a broad-winged hawk. So these guys are native to Massachusetts, so they live here, they build their nests here, but in the wintertime they'll often migrate away from here to the warmer weather, which I wish I could do. So she can find warmer weather. But she obviously didn't go anywhere for the winter because she lives with us at the Trailside Museum. She lives with us because she's imprinted. Now, with a thumbs up or a thumbs down, who thinks that you should take animals and keep them as pets from the wild? Good job. Yeah, you should never take an animal from the wild and keep it as a pet. If you ever find a wild animal, you should either call animal control or a wildlife rehabber if it's injured. But you should never touch a wild animal if you find it outside. Okay? But some people don't know that. And the people that found her when she was really little thought that they could keep her as a pet. So they kept her. And because she was raised by people and not by other birds, she didn't learn how to migrate properly. She doesn't know how to catch her food properly because, I don't know about you guys, but I can't fly. It's a bummer, but I can't, which means that I couldn't teach a bird to fly. Or I don't catch my food with my feet. That seems really hard. So the people that raised her didn't know how to teach her those things either. And when they learned that they shouldn't keep a wild animal as a pet, they gave her to Mass Audubon so that we can take her to meet people like you and teach you about birds of prey. Now, she has some really cool features. Remember how good I said her eyesight was? She has awesome eyesight. Well, she has such good eyesight that if I was standing on one end of a football field and there's a rat at the other end of the football field, I'm probably not going to see that, right? That's really far. Not only is she going to see the rat, she's going to see the rat breathing. She has awesome eyesight. And she has really good hearing. So when she's hunting in the forest, she might be able to hear the animals before she can see them because she has really good hearing. And everything about her is made so that she can find food. So she can hear really well, she can see really well, and she has really sharp talons to catch her food. Now at the Trailside Museum, she gets pre-frozen dinner because she doesn't know how to catch her food on her own. But in the wild, these guys have to hunt for food. Now, she is 8 years old. She was born in 2015. That was correct math, yes. She was born in 2015, and so she's 8. In the wild, these guys can live for maybe 12, 15 years. In captivity, they can live 20, maybe even to 30. Because in the wild, I don't think birds get to go to the vet. There's lots of predators and things out there that could hurt them. But when they live with us in the museum, they get to go to the vet. They get to make sure they always have food. And they don't have to worry about predators. Now she's lifting her feet up and moving around a little bit because she just wants to make sure that she can look at everybody, and as I'm moving, she's just like, I want to make sure I look at everybody. But she's not scared or worried because she's very used to people. And she can hear every sound. She can hear what they're doing upstairs, she can hear what you guys are doing in here, and she can even hear what's happening outside. So I'm very happy you guys are being nice and quiet for me. Thank you. But I want to see if you guys have questions. So raising your hand, does anyone have some questions about our broad-winged hawk? Yes?
Why is it peck its neck?
Oh, she's not pecking her neck. She's just looking down at her feet. It kind of looks like she is, but she's just looking down when she does that. Because birds of prey, they can't move their eyeballs. So if everyone looks straight ahead, you look straight ahead at the wall, you can look up at the ceiling without moving your head, you can look at the floor, you guys can roll your eyes, you can look left and you can look right without moving your head, right? She can't do that. So her eyes can only look straight ahead. So if she wants to look up at the ceiling, she has to put her head all the way back. Or if she wants to look at her feet, she has to put her head all the way down, or left and right. So she can't move her eyes, so she has to move her whole head when she wants to see something. Yes?
Where are her ears?
Great question. So she has ears. They're just holes in the side of her head. She doesn't have the big ears like we do. She just has 2 holes in the side of her head. And we can't see them because there's feathers blocking them. But she does have 2 ears, just like we do. Other questions? Yes?
So have you ever tried to let them back out in the wild to see if they can survive?
So actually we did try with her. So when she was surrendered, they thought that maybe she was releasable and could be released back. Only she didn't go anywhere, and she just sat on the porch, and the other birds kind of bothered her. So she didn't know where to go, what to do, or where to fly. You know, if she knew what to do, she probably wouldn't have stayed at the porch. But she knew that people fed her, so she hung around where people were. And then she just got hassled by too many of the other birds, and were like, she doesn't know what to do. She came back.
Do you let rats or anything run around to see if they'll, like even inside of the facility, to see if they'll catch them?
So we get all of our rats that are safe to eat from frozen facilities. So she only gets frozen mice. She might know how to catch another one, but we offer her different forms of enrichment of things that move. We offer her lots of paper streamers that she likes to, so she gets lots of enrichment, and this is actually enrichment coming up to meet all of you guys. But because just for health reasons and safety, and we want to make sure birds are safe, we don't usually do that, because one of the threats to birds of prey is pesticides and insecticides. So if a mouse or rat eats something that maybe got sprayed with insecticides and then she eats it, she could get really sick. So we're very careful about where we feed them. All the way in the back. Yes, what's your question?
Can she still have babies normally? Like if there was a male in the mix, like could she still?
I don't know if she'd know what to do. Okay. Like I said, I know that was funny, but make sure we're really quiet. I don't know if she'd know what to do because she was raised by people, so she kind of thinks she's a person. But in the wild, these guys mate for life. All right, nice and quiet, guys. And if you're really quiet, sometimes he talks to me. I take him out of that. All right, everybody. This is our barn owl. His name is Casper. And he also lives with us at the Trailside Museum. And he is also imprinted on people. So the two birds I brought today do happen to be imprinted, though we have a lot of animals that are injured and can't be released. Well, hello. His story is that when he was a baby, the tree his parents were nesting in fell down. And the parents flew away because they got scared. And the baby was left alone. Now, a lot of times when that happens, what scientists like me try to do is they try to put the baby owl in with another nest of baby owls so that another family will adopt them. But barn owls in Massachusetts only live on Martha's Vineyard. So you're not going to see a barn owl here in Quincy. Only if you go to Martha's Vineyard are you going to see a barn owl in Massachusetts. So there's not a lot of barn owls, and there was no other owl family to take Casper in. So he was raised by biologists and scientists. And like I said before, I don't know how to catch mice with my feet, and I'm not very good at flying. So they didn't know how to teach him to properly be an owl. Because owls should be scared of people, right? Yeah. If you see an owl in the wild, they should be scared of people. But Casper's not, so he is one of our ambassadors to come meet people like you guys. Now, all owls are another type of bird of prey. They just happen to hunt at night. And something else that's really cool about our barn owl, about Casper, is that he can fly completely silently. So he makes no noise when he's flying through the air. That's because he has really special feathers that if you look under a microscope are really different from our hawk and other feathers. But he can fly really silently. And he might flap his wings while I'm holding him up here, and you might hear noise, but that's actually not his wings. That's his wings either hitting my arm or that's the sound of his feet. Because he can fly completely silently because he hunts at night. And when you hunt at night, you have to be really quiet so that the thing you're hunting doesn't hear you, or so that predators also don't hear you. So owls have even better hearing than hawks. And you asked about where their ears were. Owls also have just little holes in the side of their heads. But a lot of birds of prey have one ear up here and one ear actually more down here. So they're not equal across the space. There's one up and there's one down. And that's so that they can hear things really well. So if there's a mouse in the room and he hears it really well out of this ear, the one that's down here, he's going to turn his head until he's hearing the mouse in both ears perfectly. And then he can make a triangle with the sound and triangulate exactly where that mouse is. So they have their ears at different places on their face. All birds of prey also have two eyelids. So we have one eyelid. Birds of prey and lots of birds have what's called a nictitating membrane. This is a clear eyelid that they can put over their eye, so when they're flying, it's like goggles. so they don't have to blink as much because they already have a clear eyelid that's closed. We guessed that Casper was a boy though because he did not have a lot of spots on his front. The females sometimes have many, many spots, but he doesn't have a lot, so we thought he might be a boy, and then the blood test told us he was a boy. All right, guys, questions. Who has questions? I bet there's a lot of them. All right, yes.
How does its neck make it turn its head all the way around?
So, good question. They can't actually turn their heads 360 degrees around. So in the cartoons, when the owl's head is spinning all around that, they can't actually do that. But they can turn their head 270 degrees around. So that's like if I took my head and I turned it all the way and looked over my other shoulder. They just can't complete this part right here. So these guys can look completely behind them. They can turn their head the other way, but they can't turn it all the way around. And they can do that because they have a whole bunch of extra bones in their neck. I think they have 12 or 16 extra bones in their neck that we don't have. And they need to be able to turn their head so much, because remember how I said they can't move their eyes? He needs to be able to look in all the different directions, because if he's hunting at night, he needs to be able to look over his shoulder, huh? That's pretty important. But he'll be awake at night and he'll sleep. But that's a great question. He is nocturnal. Yes?
Do they sweat?
That's an awesome question. They don't really sweat like people do. They kind of release it through their feet. But they don't really sweat like we do. That's an awesome question. I could spend a lot more time talking about it, but we'll run out of time.
part of it all. Nothing to say, nothing to see, nothing to do. If you would give me all, 'cause I would give it to you. Nothing would be, nothing would be, nothing would be. No matter where you are, there will always be a place. Can't you see it in my face, girl? Ooh, girl, I want you. Knock on the ugly wall and be a part of it all. Nothing to say, nothing to see, nothing to do. If you would give me all, it's I will give it to you. Nothing would be, nothing would be, nothing would be. No matter what you are, I will always be with you. Doesn't matter what you do, girl. Ooh, girl, I want you. Ooh, girl, I want you. Ooh, girl, I want you. Thank you very much.
And is it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you already paid. Good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it's
will it stop? I believe that fate has brought us here, and we should be together, babe. But we're not. I'm made up, but I'm dreaming of you. I keep my cool, but I'm feeling. I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. Goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. I'm empty to be free, but I'm just a prisoner of your love. And I may seem alright and smile when you leave, but my smiles are just a front, just a front. I played it off, but I'm dreaming of you, babe. I keep my cool, but I'm feeling. I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. Goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. Here is my confession. May I be your possession? Girl, I need your touch. Your love kisses and such. With all my might I try, but this I can't deny. I play it off, but I'm dreaming of you, babe. I keep my crew up, feeling. I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. Goodbye and I choke. Walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not there. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not near. Thank you, guys. You know, Lacey Gray composition. You're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed. Yeah. So tell me what to do now, 'cause I want you back. It's hard to say I'm sorry. It's hard to think the things I did and done. Listen, I learned whoever so don't hang up the phone now. I'm trying to figure out just what to do. I'm going crazy without you. You're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed. Yeah. So tell me what to do
very much. It's an in-sync tune. Give it up for our whistler percussionist over here. The man can do it all. Doesn't matter what I say, long as I sing with inflection, it makes you feel like I've come back from anything's a past reflection. But I said nothing so far, and I give it up. But it don't matter who you are. They will do my job. It's your result. Good afternoon, Quincy. How y'all doing out there? What a great day, huh? So we're No Static, and we play Steely Dan music. So some of you of a certain age remember this group. We consider it to be sort of the great American music catalog, and we hope you enjoy.
you get home. Tell yourself you're not my kind, but you don't even know your mind. You could have a change of heart when you don't lose that number. You don't wanna call nobody out. So you walk around to your bad self. When you get home, when you don't lose that number, when you don't lose that number. Forgotten number in your memory. One of these
We're going to feature the lovely Rosemary St. George singing this next one for you. this next one's a little bit of a sing-along. Thank you. pandemic, we decided to do a little video. You can find this on YouTube. The song is called Pretzel Logic, and it's a funny little video we did. So, Pretzel Logic. The man gave me news. He said, "You must be joking, son. What did you get those shoes? Where did you get those shoes?" I see them on the TV, the movie show. Singing how to change the world. Oh no, those things are gone forever. You guys having fun? You know, 10-piece band and you know this little tent, and it's I know it's a little loud, but hey, what are you gonna do? This is something called Night by Night. One we haven't done in a while.